Hi, I'm Joe Montesano, CEO of the Central Florida Zoo, and we're very excited about a new program introducing, along with our resident artist Rick Cannizzaro. It's an instructional paint-by-step process where you're going to learn how to paint the animals in their natural environment. So Rick's going to show you how to paint, and I'm going to show you around the zoo. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Rick Cannizzaro. I'm the resident artist here at the Central Florida Zoo. Well, I want to welcome you to Zoo Paint. Zoo Paint is a very interesting and fun way to paint animals. But first, I want to introduce you to my special guest, Ara. Ara is a green-winged macaw. She's absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to paint her portrait today. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be interesting. Well, let's get back to Zoo Paint. Zoo Paint is really just 4 steps that I use in painting acrylic paintings. And the first step is we make a charcoal drawing of a subject, and then we take gesso and put gesso over the charcoal drawing, and then what we do is we do the background. And then after our background, what we do is we put in our subject, our beautiful bird, Ara. And she has tremendous color. We're going to try to accent all her colors. So come on, join me. It's going to be fun and it's easy. So let's start painting. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a charcoal drawing of Ara. And we're going to start by loosening up with a couple of circle movements, because basically she's all circles. Her head's a circle, her beak is a circle, and her shoulder's a circle, and kind of a semicircle up for her chest. Okay, and we're going to start with her head with a quick circle. And then what we're going to do is another circle for her beak. And we're going to put her shoulder in, which is kind of like a half circle. And we're going to run down her chest. There. We're going to finish up by going back like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get some more, a little more detail in it. So we're going to follow her beak, which goes like this, a little angle here. So we're going to go up and in, down, around, and curve. So now we have the top of her beak. Now we're going to put our bottom of her beak in, which goes underneath, and we're going to go right under. We're going to look for the position of her eye next, which is straight up from the mouth opening. So we go from here, straight up, about halfway, and we put a little dot. And that's where her eye is going to be. Okay, we're going to finish up around the top of her beak. And we're going to put in just some curves around her eye. And the next thing we're going to do is work under her chin. Now, it's important for us to work under her chin because there's going to be a dark spot, and you'll see after I start shading it in a minute. So we have this part here, comes up, down here, over, and let's finish up this wing a little bit here. Okay. We also have a little dark spot here. We'll just shade that in a little bit. And we're going to curve around. Her beak is curved, so that's important. We got to remember that curve. Okay, we basically have her shape in here right now. And the next step we're going to do is we're going to put gesso over this to protect it. And it also gives us the curves of her feathers and the curves of her beak, which is pretty beautiful and massive beak. So anyway, let's go and put our gesso on. Okay, we're going to now put gesso over our charcoal and set that charcoal from bleeding into our paint. So I put a little gesso in a cup, and I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit. Now, what I'd like you to do is think about when you're painting gesso on this, you think you're painting actually right on the bird, right on Ara. Because if you think you're painting on the bird, your mind and your hand-eye coordination is starting to think of the curves of a feather, the curve of her beak. So it's really important that you capture that. So start thinking about that as you're doing it. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and make that little curve marks that's up over her eye. I'm going to put some curve marks under her beak. And remember, her beak goes up and it goes down. It goes down and around. So we're going to go right around and put that curve right in there. Okay, and we're making sure that we cover that charcoal. Now we're going to go over, this is just going to be a rendering now, and this is our base for our painting, so just want you to know that this doesn't have to be perfect, and we can go outside the lines and do all kinds of interesting things with this. So let's just cover that charcoal so it doesn't bleed in. So we got to cover these lines, which is very important, and it will give us a nice curve effect of where the feathers are when we kind of just go with that direction. And we get around the eye, right like that. And then we're going to just kind of, just roughly make sure we covered all the charcoal. And we are ready now to put our background in. Okay, now we're going to step 3. We're going to put some phthalo blue on our palette, some emerald green. Got it open. And we're going to take a little bit of Persian blue. And we're going to put that on there, just a little bit, not much. Find a spot for it right there. Okay, we're going to take a 2-inch brush. Take our 2-inch brush, and we're going to wet it a little bit. Just a little bit. And we're going to wet just a little bit around our canvas. Just a little bit, just kind of moisten it up because it's pretty hot under these lights here. Okay. Now, of course, our gesso is dry, so we can go. So we're going to take a little bit of phthalo blue, and we're going to start in the corners or towards our subject. Each corner, we're going to go each corner towards the subject and cover the whole canvas at the bottom. I'm going to go back here, this corner, and just put some in there. Let's get it in there. Okay. Okay, now we're going to clean our brush as best we can, because that's important. We want to get that pretty clean. Next color we're going to use is emerald green, and we're going to go right around our subject with emerald green. So clean that brush pretty good. Let's get some of that emerald green and go right around the subject. Just go right around it. And work away. Work away. Keep going around. Keep going around. And we're just going to go right around there like that. Get a little water on there. Take a little more. And we're going to just put some energy into that. Okay, a little more emerald green, and just kind of right around our beautiful bird. You like this, Ara? Is it looking good? I hope so. Now, what we're trying to do is create the illusion of vegetation behind it. And it's going to look like leaves and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to get pretty wild with this brush. So we're just going to go every which way. But, you know, just get out there and do some, get some more of that blue. And let's just mix it all up and get that. Okay. We're going to take some of this Persian blue now and just squirt it in there. And maybe we'll put a little bit of Persian blue up here. Okay. Now, I need to clean my brush. So bear with me while I clean my brush. We're going to get it real clean and try to, because I have to bring some of that emerald green down into the blue. Okay, we clean that up. A little more emerald green. And we're going to bring it right into the blue. Get some more of the emerald green and put it in there. More emerald green. And let's put some in there. Okay. we're gonna put a little at the top. Maybe we'll put some in here. Okay. All right, we have our background. Next step is we're gonna put in our subject, Ara, and we're gonna paint her with some beautiful colors. All right, we're going to go right into step 4, and I want to remind everybody that this is we're just capturing the spirit of Ara, and we're not really doing a photo reproduction painting. It's going to be more of an emotional painting. So what I'm going to do, Ara had to take a short break, and we're going to go right to this photograph and use that as our reference. Now, I placed down some yellow. We have some emerald green, and we're going to take a little yellow and the emerald green. And we're just going to work from bottom up, and we're going to put those strokes in. We're going to put a little yellow, emerald green, and just put some of these strokes straight up. And remember that the wing is curved, so we want to get those curves in there. Now we're going to clean our brush. We're going to take some of the Persian blue, and we're going to lighten it up with some white, titanium white, and get a nice light blue color. Let's see if we get it a little more. Yeah. Come on, get lighter. We want lighter, and lighter, and lighter, and lighter, lighter. Where are we getting there? There we go. Okay, well, same thing. We're going to start from the bottom, go up, and get a little more, and go up. A little more blue. And we make it, and actually you can see how the feathers are curving when we do that. And we're going to get a little bit of the green and yellow and just put it in there like that. Okay, we're going to clean out our brush real good. And our next color we're going to use, well, we're going to add a little more green on the shoulder here. So let's just get a little more green in there, right in here. Let's do that again. I'm going to mix that up and put a little more green in there. Okay. Okay, next color we're going to use, we're going to get some our nice crimson red, which is her main body is crimson red. So we're going to do that. We're going to take our 1-inch brush, and we're going to start load it up real good right around her beak, and go right around her beak with crimson red, right around her eye. And let's just put that color right in there. We're filling it up. And remember, we go in that direction. Good thing with the gesso, it helps us with that curves we were telling you about the feathers, and it helps when the paint is on there. We could see the feathers as they're curved around her body. So we're going to go there. We're going to put some more of this red under her chin, right around her face, her beak, and we're just going to color that in. Oh, she's just bright, beautiful red. And I'll show you, we'll darken it in a minute, but this is our base color for her. And we're going to get some more. A little water in there. Let's lighten that up. All right. And right around the wing. Again, around her chin, right in there. All right, and we're going to clean that brush real good. And let's see what else we got to put in. Some more right in here, right in there. Let's go like that. We're going to go down now. We're going to go down. Put that strokes in there. We're going to take a little bit of the blue and darken it with the red. Make a dark crimson color, and we're going to go right underneath her chin here, and we're going to do the same under her chin over here, and we're going to do the same under here, And we're going to go a little bit darker, just a little bit darker. It's a little too dark. And we're going to go right here. Light strokes, light strokes. Okay, then we're going to get that again. We're going to get a little more red this time. Let's mix it up a little bit more red. And we're going to go right in this corner right here. And we darken that spot. We're going to darken all the way around that area right there. Right around her eye. Okay, and let's see, we got a little more dark color. We're going to put it right, let's get it a little darker. Let's get a little darker, let's go right in there. Okay, now we're going to clean our brush real good. Okay, we're going to clean our brush real good because next thing we're going to do is going to take some of that Persian blue and we're going to, well actually what we're going to do, we're going to put her beak in. And when we do our beak, we got to use some Naples yellow, and we're going to lightly cover her beak in the Naples yellow. So we put a little bit on our brush, and we're going to go stick it right on there. Just stick it right on there. Okay. Just cover that whole beak. This is our base color for her beak, which is Naples yellow. Okay. She has kind of a beige beak, which is kind of cool. I'm going to take now the Persian blue on my brush. It's a 1-inch brush, and I'm going to go right around her beak and go up. Now remember, she's got a curved beak, so we want that curve in there. And down here, it's dark at the very end. Okay, now the bottom of her beak is almost completely black, but we're using Persian blue instead of black. It works out a lot nicer for this. And we're just going to curve it right around and go up. Go right in there with that Persian blue. And right up. Okay. Clean our brush real good, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a little more of that Persian blue. We're going to go right in here, just a little bit there. And then the next thing we're going to do is going to take a 1/4-inch brush, and we're going to get a little white, just a little white, and we're going to put it right in there, right around her beak. She's got some skin that actually goes around her beak. It's right at the top here. So we're gonna just put that skin in there roughly. Goes around her all her thing. And then she has skin in here that's actually darker. We're gonna make that a little red, make it a pink color right in here. She's got squiggly skin in there. Okay, clean out our brush. Okay, got some yellow. We're gonna work on this beak some more. I'll take a little titanium white and just go in there. Remember, the beak is curved, so we want that curve in there. We want to get that curvature of that beak, which is important. Okay, we're going to clean that brush a little bit, and I'm going to go in with our titanium white, and we're going to go up around the eye. Put a little more titanium around the eye, and we could actually put in her cheek. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our number 8 brush, and we're going to put in some pin feathers. If you notice on the photograph, she's got these beautiful marks that go right around here, and they're just small little pin marks, pin feathers. So we're going to take some of our cadmium red, and we're going to start a whole sequence, just little dots. Okay, and they kind of curve right up into her face. There's a whole bunch of them around her eye, so let's get those right around her eye. Okay, And they're just little dots. They're little dots. She has a pattern, but it's almost, you know, as she moves, the pattern of her skin, it actually moves. So, you know, we're kind of capturing a kind of a glimpse of where she is and what she's doing. And we got to get that curve in there because the cheek goes up. So let's just keep putting our pin feathers in and putting them in. And a bunch in here, just a bunch in there. Now it's interesting, we can go over it with white after this dries and even add to it the white, and it makes the feathers even stand out more. So there we go. Let's clean that up. I'm going to take just a little bit of yellow, and I'm going to put it right around her eye. She's got a beautiful yellow eye. Okay, then I'm going to clean it a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of the red, just a little bit of red, and make like a little groove under there. Actually, let's get that red. Let's do that again. Let's get that again. Here we go. And make it a little darker. I think I'm going to make it a little darker. Right there. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to darken it around here just a little bit more. We'll take that red, darken it up, make that crimson color I was making before, and let's just darken it up a little bit in there. And let's get it really dark right in there. Okay, underneath the chin, we want to make it really dark there. And let's get some more of the crimson and put it right in there. And right in here. Okay. So I can get that again. And we'll put it right in here. Just some feathers there. There's those feathers right there, if you can see them, right there. And then we're going to darken right underneath her wing. We're going to make a little sweep with that crimson, which is a shadow. And I'm going to put in some Persian blue on my tip of my brush. I'm going to put my palette down. I'm going to brace my arm, and I'm going to put her center of her eye in right there. And what we're doing now is just putting in some shapes for the around the beak. And it's okay to use your finger a little bit if you have to. Just want to shade it in a little bit. Clean that brush. I'm going to get a little bit right in here. Okay. All right, next step we're going to do is we're going to take our mid-tone, which is our rouge. It's basically a pink color, and you can make it with just using the red and the white and make it down into a pink, but it's all pre-mixed for me, so it makes it easier. This is going to be our mid-tone, so we got a clean brush, okay, and we're going to get that on our brush, fill it up nice, good, and let's put our highlights in. Let's start right here and go right around her eye and back. Let's put those highlights in. Let's put that in there. Around the shoulder. Let's get some more of that. Right around her shoulder. Right around her shoulder, back of her head. Right on her top of her back. Right there. We're going to go right on top here. Put some in. Let's put it right in. All right. Then we're going to go over with fluorescent orange. That's going to make this colors pop really good. Let's get a little underneath her chin a little bit. And right here, right there. It's coming along. Okay, the next color, fluorescent orange. I usually let this dry because if I let it dry, it'll blend better. So we're going to try to see if we can put it on without letting it dry. But I suggest you let it dry. Okay, clean our brush. Here we go. Make sure it's dry. It's almost a dry brush. Now we're going to highlight that again. Go right over with that fluorescent orange. I'm going to put some pop in there. We're going to put some pizzazz in our bird. She's such a pretty bird, and we want to capture all her beauty as much as we can. And let me see, let's put some more in here. Let's get some more highlight in there. Let's get that right in there. We don't want the feathers to go out too much, but we want to get it in there. Let's get some more right in here. Let's get some more right here. And right here. Okay. Let's put some more in here. And right there. I'm going to take my really fine brush again, if I could find it. Here it is, my ought. And we're going to actually get some of that iridescent orange, and I'm going to put it right underneath her eye, like that. Put some in here, put some right there, right in here. Oops. And I'm going to also put some right around her eye. Got to get really, really light right around her eye, like that. The last thing we're going to do before we sign it is we're going to take some white, okay? Now the white, what we're going to do is we're just going to finish up her beak line. And we're going to put a sparkle in her eye, a little twinkle in her eye, right there, just a tad. And I think we're pretty much got it. Might want to just put a couple of strokes that way, put a couple of dots in there. Remember that wrinkled skin? There we go. Okay. Let me put a little more of that wrinkled skin right in here. A little more wrinkled skin. Now, remember, we just captured her likeness. And let me move this. And that's the important thing. Have fun with it. Capture her spirit. Capture all that movement that she has. And it is just an interesting way to paint. And fast. So, let's sign it. And it's important you sign all your paintings because, you know, it's your creation. It's what you make that is so important for all your friends to see. There we go. Well, I want to thank you for being here with me today. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I want you to realize that it's very important that the paintings that you make are unique. Nobody else can duplicate what you paint. So practice, have fun at painting, and come on back to Zoo Paint to see what we're going to paint next time.
You've been watching Zoo Paint. Zoo Paint is a production of the Central Florida Zoo located at 3755 Northwest US Highway 1792 in Sanford, Florida. This video was made possible by a generous contribution from Mr. and Mrs. William Holmes.